Hello everybody, this is Jason with Akers Pest Control, and like the title suggests, I have the flu. So we will see how long I can last tonight, but hopefully I'll be able to answer some questions, get some things out of the way. I haven't been able to make a couple of videos over the last few weeks. I've been really busy, and so there you go. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hope everybody's ready for the weekend. I know I am. Had the last couple days off because I've had the flu, but I'm still here. I feel bad. I haven't been able to make any videos for anybody because I've been so busy, and well, you know how sickness is. That's the way it goes. So, but I can sit here and I can talk to you and I can answer some questions and I can mute myself when I go through a coughing fit, and we'll see how things go. So, hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's having a good night. I wanted to mention something really quick. I don't ever promote myself, ever. But I wanted to go over a couple of things tonight really quick before I get started, because everybody usually clicks off the video after about 5-10 minutes when they realize I'm going to run my mouth. So, I have a course on bed bugs. It's in the link in my description of every single one of my videos. How to eliminate bed bugs like a pro. It's about $13. It's got full video, shows you how to do everything. If you want, you can preview it, like right here. Let me take my picture off of here real quick. Let's see, how do I do this? We'll do this, and then we'll do this. That's not it. There we go. All right. So if you look at it here, it's the Udemy link. If you go to my video and you scroll down to my course on eliminating bed bugs right here, you can click this link. It will take you to this page. It's like 13 bucks. If you click preview this course, it will bring up,
hey everybody,
actual pictures, videos. This is the way it's set up. It's a video, step by step, how to treat things like cars, living room, bedroom, everything. It's all here, really easy. Less than 30, it's 36 minutes. So it's a pretty easy course that you can take. Also, I have a Amazon page that's got all the products that I talk about on my shows, broken up into categories: bed bugs, cockroaches, carpet beetles, lice, ticks, etc. So if you want, that's in the link below as well. And of course, my YouTube channel, where you can find all kinds of videos like this over here on my YouTube channel. All my shorts, all of my videos, and everything I've got. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so when you do, you'll get notifications like when I'm live, just like now. So, without further ado, enough self-promotion. Let's get back to talking. See if I can figure out how to get this thing set back up the way I like it, because I am, there we go, and do that. There we go. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, hi Jason, hope you get better soon. Yeah, me too. Flu in the summer, bad luck. Well, I got a baby, and my baby is 8 months old. He had it first. You go out in public and you're around people, and babies don't have a very good immune system, and then he brings it home and everybody catches it. I catch flu about once every 3 or 4 years anyway, because I'm with the public all the time. I deal with the public every day, and so I'm bound to get a cold or some kind of a sickness. I had corona. I've had I pretty much catch everything eventually. It always gets me because I'm with people all the time. So it happens. Cubs are down 4-0. Well, I need to throw my furniture out for fleas? No, you could treat your furniture for fleas, typically. Most furniture can be treated for fleas. Just read the label. Alpine WSG is what I recommend for fleas. Like I said, that's over here too. If you go here and you go down to fleas, where is it? Flea control. Click here, and there's fleas. I need to put the smaller. That's really expensive. You can get this. So if you go to Alpine, you can find, I think you can find them. Maybe you can't. Let's see. Alpine WSG. There. This is a little cheaper. Same thing. It's less. So for the do-it-yourselfer that wants to buy less and not have to buy this big, huge $165 canister, you could buy $26.50. It's 50 grams instead of 500, and you can apply that for your fleas. I believe it's 10 grams, so one of these packets is enough to mix 1 gallon of flea chemical. You'd use it, I think it's 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet, so you may need a couple of them depending on how many times you need to mix your tank. But yeah, that's what I recommend for fleas. Do you spray the bathrooms and kitchen baseboards when you spray for bed bugs? Yes, I do. Southern Grape Lady. Hello, Grape Lady. Do you make wine? Do you like to make your own wine? If I'm ever in Virginia, I'll help on a job. Hey, Jason, I live in Canada, Ontario, and I was just wondering what's the best option for bedbug pesticides because I can't get Crossfire here in Canada. Have you tried Walmart? So I'm not trying to tell people how to circumvent customs or anything. But if you go to Walmart.com and you go here and you search Crossfire. Oh, come on now. Crossfire. There it is right there. $47.50. It's a little more expensive than Amazon, but still cheaper than buying, you know, bedbug services from someone. But you just look through. See, there's 3 different ones. There's one, there's one, there's one. They're all the same, and you may be able to get it there. And I'm going to try my best to mute the mic when I cough. So there we go. So you don't have to hear that. I don't want to peak the mic, so you guys have to listen to me gagging and coughing over here because I've got a little bit of sickness. I would play down with the sickness, but, you know, can't do that. Can't do that. I've got that whole whistle thing going on. Listen to this. Listen. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Ugh, it's awful. I have not been able to breathe for a couple days. Let's see. Does Alpine work well on bed bugs, or is it a waste of time? No, actually, I was going to do a video on bed bugs because I have my... So if you go to... I've been talking about this for weeks, but if you go to my channel and you go over to community and you go down here, I have these voting thingies that people can do. All right? It's a poll. I have 231 votes. All right? The vast majority of everyone says they want me to do a video on bed bugs. Vast majority say bed bugs. That's what they want to see. That's what they want me to do. And so I'm going to do one. But I'm actually going to go over the different pesticides that we use in the industry for bed bugs and which ones you can buy as a consumer yourself that will be the most effective for you. The top 3 chemicals that I recommend for the control of bed bugs are Crossfire, Alpine WSG, and Apprehend. Now, Apprehend is not reasonable. If you were to buy Apprehend, you have to have specialized equipment to apply it. It takes a little bit of know-how, understanding how pesticides work, and it is not what I recommend for the consumer. This channel is built around the consumer. So I thought that I would do a video on the top 3 pesticides, Crossfire and Alpine being the 2, and then Temperate, and explain the differences between all 3 and why the way each one of them behaves and how they treat for bed bugs. And that would be my next video for bed bugs that I was going to do. But Crossfire is labeled for bed bugs, Alpine is labeled for bed bugs, Temperate is labeled for bed bugs, Apprehend is labeled for bed bugs. These are all bed bug chemicals. They're all non-repellent pesticides. They all work generally the same way. But I was going to go over why you may want one over another. So, I used to live on a winery and a vineyard. I've been to vineyards. I think they're really neat. I've seen distilleries and vineyards. I like them both. I like to learn how things are made. Yes, shipping is very expensive to Canada. What made you decide to do videos? You have been a blessing. My wife. My wife told me that she wanted me to do videos on pest control. I came home one day, and I always have stories to tell her things I've run into, things I've seen. And I actually came home one day and I was talking to her about a bedbug job that I had gone on where the guy had paid for a heat treatment. And I actually go over into my very first video on this channel. So if you go here to my channel, and you could actually watch it, it's still there, and you go to videos, this is the one right here. This is my #1 video, and it's actually the very first video I ever uploaded. It's why heat treatments don't work on bedbugs, and I actually go over that story, but this is the video that I made where I discuss, like I said, why heat treatments don't work. I go over the guy that did the heat treatment for the guy, and how it wasn't effective, and how much he spent, $3,500, and just all this money. And I came home and I was upset, and I was telling my wife, I said, the thing is, when these guys go out and they do these jobs and they charge these people thousands of dollars and it doesn't work, and they're having to call exterminator after exterminator after exterminator, and sometimes 4 or 5 exterminators before they get to me, and I get out to their house and I get rid of their bed bugs. The thing is they make the industry look like a bunch of quacks. They make it look like we're not professional. They make it look like we're not effective at our job. When you're hiring us to do a job and you expect us to come out there and get rid of the... I mean, you're paying thousands of dollars. You expect it to work. You really do. You don't want to waste that money on something that's not going to work. And if it worked, then maybe I could, validate spending that kind of money if it did work instantly and I wasn't going to have any more problems. But that's not the reality. It's not. A lot of things have changed since that video. Since I did this video right here, excuse me, a lot of things have changed in the industry. So this is a nearly 6-year-old video. It will be 6 years old in August, which is next month. That's how long I've been on YouTube. Next month is my 6-year anniversary. So the problem is that when you're spending that kind of money and it doesn't work, it looks bad for everybody. And I was complaining to her, and she said, you've got such passion, you should just do YouTube. People would like to hear your stories. So I did. I actually argued with her, and it took me 3 or 4 weeks before I even put the video up, because I told her no one wants to see it. I went and I did a YouTube search. I searched for bedbug control on YouTube, and everybody that I found was just like, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, call me. And, if you live out of state from them, I mean, they can't come and help you. They're not really doing anything but promoting themselves. And I don't think that helps anybody. So I just thought I would make a video and talk about how I have been killing bed bugs. I've been doing bed bug work for 23 years now. I've been doing pest control since I was 6 years old. I've got a lot of information, a lot of knowledge built up inside this head here. And one day I'm going to die. And it's not a good thing to think about, but it's true. One day I'm going to die, and all that information is going to disappear, and I'm not going to be able to share it with anybody. And so I figured I would just chronicle everything I know in videos. And now, over 400 videos later, almost 6 years worth of YouTube, that's where I'm at. So that's why I do YouTube videos. I actually had a girl call me on the phone the other day. She was asking, she said, why do you do these videos? You just honestly just want to help people? And I said, well, yeah, there are people like me that like to help people. There are missionaries that go to other countries that help starving children in Africa and all these other, Uganda and different places, and they go in and they, like Ukraine and all these places, they go in and they try to help these people that need help. There are people like that in the world, and there can be people like that in industries too. Hello, this is Jason. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. What's going on?
I was wondering how many times we should do a crossfire treatment.
So,
for bed bugs.
Normally, the way that I set people up on my bed bug plans is I do one treatment every 30 days, but typically I only do the one treatment. So, and then I have them call me if they're getting bit after a month. They'll call me and I'll go out and I'll do a second treatment. That's a rare thing. Maybe 5-10% of the work I do, I have to go back and do a follow-up. But normally those are always the really extreme cases, or where they're bringing them in from like an automobile or maybe their place of work. Like I did a house for a lady one time where she worked for a like a home instead type group, where she would go out and take care of people like hospice. And the lady she was taking care of had bed bugs. And so she was bringing them home, but it was her job. She couldn't just quit. And so it was one of those things where we kind of had to treat her house. And it's sad, it's sad, but that's hospice. And the lady ended up dying. And she lost her as a patient. But, she stopped having bed bug problems too after that. But that's
Okay.
one of the things. And so usually I recommend for the novice, somebody that doesn't have the kind of experience I have, to maybe once a month just figure on treating once a month for 90 days. That's what I used to do. That's the way I used to set every one of my customers up. I didn't start doing the one time onlys until about 3 years ago, but before that it was always 90 days once a month.
Okay, so if after the first treatment, so we did the first treatment and we started getting bit about 10 days later.
Yes, and that's normal.
Would you say to do it again? Okay.
So bed bug eggs hatch about every 6 to 10 days, and the nymph will bite you for the first time after they hatch about 6 to 10 days after that. So it's common to get bit up to 2 or 3 weeks after you've applied Crossfire. You'll have a resurgence, but the chemical is good for 30 days. Now, if you want to treat again to get a stronger residue to kill them faster, you can do that. Because the thing is the pesticide is going to lose its longevity. It's not going to be as strong 3 weeks in as it was the day you applied it. So you can reapply it, even though it's still killing bugs. It's killing them slower. So you're going to get bit more after 2 weeks or so. And some people will actually say, well, even professionals will go in and they'll treat the one time and they'll say, hey, we're just going to come back in 2 weeks and treat again. Especially in really extreme cases where they're really bad, they'll come in and do a follow-up in 2 weeks just to give them that extra boost of pesticide residue.
Yeah.
So you can do that. But the chemical does last for 30 days. It will kill them that whole 30 days.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. We don't really know where they're coming from, and that's kind of the main problem. So, yeah, that's kind of what we've been trying. But we did the Crossfire the one time, and it was about 10 days, and we started getting bit again. But then after 2 weeks, we did another treatment, and we haven't gotten bit yet, but it's only been about 6 to 7 days.
Yeah,
so,
I had a guy. So the way I set people up is, even though Crossfire only lasts for 30 days, I will give people up to the 50th day from the day I treat. And if they want me to come out and do a follow-up treatment, I do it at half the price. And I don't even charge them full price to do another treatment. Even though it's all the same exact amount of work, same amount of chemical, it's, I just give them, I just feel like it's better to do it that way. And that way I can kind of, if I end up having to do 3 treatments, which I haven't had to do it all in 3 years, but if I end up having to do 3 treatments, then I feel like it's a way that I can kind of help them finance it without having to go through a finance company, because it's expensive. Those guys sometimes want to charge 27 to 29% financing on pest control, and if somebody can't afford to pay you, I feel like that's just kind of adding insult to injury by charging them all that extra money just to be able to pay for a bed bug treatment. So I set it up that way, and then I had a guy call me, and he was at like day 40. And he called me, and I said, well, I can come out today, I can treat again, or you can give me a week, and I'll come out then and treat again. It's the same price either way. And he said, he's like, no, I guess I'll go ahead and wait. I called him in a week just to follow up with him, and he said, nope, he hadn't been bit anymore. And so it just took that amount of extra time to wait, and he hasn't had any bed bugs since. That was like 2 years ago. So, and that was a one-time treatment. Now, sometimes you do have to go back and treat a second time, but it's not always the case.
Okay, so you're saying probably give it about, you said 30 to 50 days of no bites?
No, I would, after 30 days of no bites, you're usually bed bug free. That's the general standard, is that if you don't have a live bed bug or a bite at all, after 30 days, you're bed bug free. Anything outside of that time window, it's usually reinfestation, because you assume that the people are still living in the house, and the bed bugs are still going to naturally want to come out and bite you if you're there. And that's why Crossfire works, is because the bed bugs don't see the chemical. They don't know it's there, so they continue to come out and try to bite you.
Okay.
And the fact that you're there, they're going to still do that. And so eventually they'll all filter out into the room and die.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. So you said how long does so you said the Crossfire, give it 30 days? And then
it lasts for 30 days.
Kind of...
Yeah, and then, you can plan on retreating. The thing is when I know a lot of the people that watch me on my channel, they complain that Crossfire is like $50 a bottle. That's like the most I've seen it. Most of the time it's like $38 to $40. But the thing is, if you're going to call a pest control technician out to your house, they're going to charge you what, 100 times, 10 times that, 40 times that, depending on the price and
Right.
depending on who you call. And so you're saving a fortune. And to do it correctly, I would probably do it just bank on doing it again in a month after your original treatment. Just bank on doing it again in a month, and that way you've got a
Okay.
residue down, and it's cheaper than having. I mean, your sanity is I mean, people lose their mind over these things,
Right.
and it's better to just
Yeah.
kill them and get them done with. Once you've started the ball rolling, don't stop the ball. Let it continue to roll until you
Okay.
get rid of all your problems.
So it's completely normal to keep getting bit in that 30 days. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you will.
Of the crossfire treatment? Okay.
You will, because the bed bugs don't see the chemical, they don't know it's there. So they
Yeah.
continue to come out and behave. The thing, all right, so if I treated your house right now and I sprayed a bed bug directly with Crossfire and it's wet, it takes about 5 minutes for a bed bug to die. If I pull out a can of aerosol like fly spray or something and I spray a bed bug with that, it dies within 5 seconds. Because the chemical doesn't work the same way on, that one pesticide doesn't work the same as another. And so Crossfire is designed to take a little while for them to die, because what happens is after it's been dried, it takes like maybe an hour or so for them to die. They're coming out, they're crawling through it, they're communicating with one another, they're spreading it back and forth to one another. And so you kind of don't really want them to die right away, because if they take it back and they crawl over top of each other, they don't really nest. They're not like ants or bees. They're not going to take care of one another. But they'll crawl over top of each other because they kind of cluster together and they spread it to each other. So that means that even the bed bugs that aren't coming out and biting you, if they're communicating with the ones that are, they're dying too. Do you see what I'm saying? It's transferable. It's a
Okay.
transferable pesticide.
Mhm. Okay. All right, that's good to know. We just were a little discouraged after we were getting bites after the first treatment. We didn't know if we did it right, but maybe we'll just wait and see.
Yeah, just be patient.
After
It,
that.
it works. It works really
Yeah.
well. But I understand your impatience. I absolutely understand. I've had them. I got them.
Yeah.
I got them. I know what it's like.
Yeah. It's terrible. So,
But you have a really
okay,
great
well,
night.
thank you. I appreciate your help.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I have 2 instances of Skype open. I did not realize that. Let me close one of them so I'm not getting weird rings going on over here. So, is Crossfire pet friendly? Yes. Don't spray your pets, but keep your pets out of the house till it dries and it won't hurt anybody. Hello, this is Jason with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Hey Jason, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. How are you doing?
Doing good, thanks for asking. So let me ask you a question, because I started getting bit by bed bugs at the beginning of May, and I went for a month getting bit. Didn't even think it was bed bugs. For some reason, I started to think maybe it was an allergy. It was hives or something. So I didn't even think about the fact that it could be bed bugs, because I wasn't very knowledgeable on them in the first place. And then I ended up leaving town mid-June for a week. I came back, and I guess they were hungry because I saw a bug in my bed first thing that I was back home, and that's when it clicked, right? So I immediately found your profile, so it's been great to listen to all the advice you had. I did get Crossfire. I did treat with Crossfire my entire room, my bed, bug spring, everything.
Okay.
I did
How long
treat
ago
the
was
bugs.
this?
So the first one, I'm sorry?
How long ago did you treat?
It's been like 2 weeks,
Okay.
2 weeks and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's my question, because I was getting tremendously bit, like all over, like crazy, the first month, right? And then I came back into town, and then I did get bit again right away as soon as I got into bed, and that's when I saw the first bug. So that's when it clicked, and I realized I had bed bugs. And the following day, or 2 days after, I saw another one. So I've only seen 2 in total. So
Okay.
that's how it clicked that I had bed bugs. But I treated the room. I treated everything. But I didn't sleep in the room because I was honestly terrified. So for like the first week, even before treating, while I was waiting for Crossfire to get to my house and everything, I was not sleeping in my room because I didn't want to be in my room, honestly. But then I treated the room, but for that entire week, I honestly did not sleep in my room.
Okay.
Then I came back because I saw your video saying that you have to sleep in the room in order for them to come out, and it makes sense.
Right.
But I've only gotten bit like 2 times, and they've been super mild, like very tiny.
They may
And then I
just
have
be
not
babies
gotten bit
too.
ever since.
They may not be full grown yet. See, the thing is that bed bugs go through what they call it's called gradual metamorphosis. So they shed their skin over a period of about 45 to 60 days. They go through different life changes. So they shed their skin. That's called an instar. From the time they hatch out of their egg until the time they have a first instar is about 6 to 10 days. And then they bite and they shed their skin. And they do that 5 different times. And then they become an adult. They bite you every day. But they will only bite you once every 6 to 10 days until they become a full-fledged adult. And the bites you get from a nymph are not as severe as the bites you get from an adult, because you got to think adult is actually going to need to lay eggs. They're larger, so they're going to need more blood to survive off of. So they're going to bite you in order to do a lot more with the blood. The babies are only biting to engorge on blood, to shed their skin, and they don't need any more at all for another week or so. So you get very mild bites. And it may be that you just had the beginnings of a very mild infestation. You caught it early on, and you nipped it in the bud right away. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, yeah, because I'm kind of worried, because I would figure that after treating and I came back to the room, they would come out and bite me, but it hasn't been the case. So I'm kind of, I do plan to retreat, but so that means it could still be in there. That's what you're saying.
Well, you need to sleep in the room. You do need to use the room, as long as you're using the room you've treated in, because they're never gonna go away if you don't sleep in the room that you're treating.
No, yeah, now I'm back in the room, but that's why I'm surprised they haven't bitten me as I expected they would, just because they were literally biting me really bad before. So I came back to the room and I've been sleeping here ever since. But it's been
they
like,
may
I don't have them anymore, so.
Now there is the possibility that the infestation was so mild that when you treated, you killed everything the first treatment, because if the bed bugs get into contact with crossfire, the thing is the eggs will still hatch even if you're not in the room. They'll still hatch. They don't wait to hatch, they hatch. And so if you treat an area where there are active eggs and the eggs hatch in that chemical, it will kill. They will die. As soon as they hatch, they'll die. And so they're not going to be able to survive. And as long as you're thorough and you treat all the tufts in the mattress, all the seams, you treat any box spring in the baseboards, headboard, footboard, bed rails, all that good stuff, and you're very thorough, you may have just killed all their harborage places and killed them all. I mean, that is a possibility. I've done that. It happens. They don't always retreat into the wall. Like I said, if it's a very mild infestation, then they're not going to be on your dressers. They're not going to be on your nightstands. They're not going to be in your chest of drawers and places like that. They're just going to primarily be on the bed and around where you sleep. That's where they're going to be, because they're not to the stage where the females are actually needing to retreat into other areas of the house to survive. Because what happens is they go through a very violent reproduction. And when the male inseminates the female, he actually has to cut through her body, and it's very, very violent. And if she has to go through two or three of those, it could kill her. And so she will retreat, and while she's healing, she'll try to go away and get away from where the males are living. And that's when you start noticing, wow, I'm finding them in my dressers, I'm finding them in my nightstands, I see them up on the roof, on the ceiling, I see them around my light fixtures and stuff, because she's trying to get away to lay eggs and survive. And that's only in really extreme cases. That's a rare thing. I mean, you said go to Google. Google will give you nightmares. But you could find you could look at my TikTok if you want to see some real crazy things. But the bed bugs can get really out of control if they're left alone. But it sounds like I think you just probably nipped it in the bud right away. That's what I think you did.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so, because this is the weird thing. Like, even though I saw 2 bugs in my bed, we turned everything around. I didn't find a single one nor any stains.
Well, it's
like,
not weird. You used the right chemical. One of the biggest complaints.
No, but even before.
Right.
Even before I treated, like when we were doing the inspection, like nothing. You would have never guessed that I had bed bugs.
Oh yeah, I've been in houses
so I wonder
like
where
that.
they're hiding.
I went into a house one time and I searched for an hour and a half and could not find a single bed bug. And I think she was 6. I think Emma was 6 at the time. She might have been 5. She came in and found a bed bug in 10 minutes. But, you know, she's also a little kid, and kids have the ability to find things that adults can't find. And she found it. And sometimes you just need a fresh set of eyes to find the problem. But they can hide if it's really mild, like one or two. You know, one or two bed bugs can bite you 6, 7 times in one night. You know, and so you could get bit a lot and feel like you've got more than you really do. You really only have one or two. And so, you know, it could just be one was hidden behind a tuft, and when you treated, you killed it.
Okay. Well, I hope so. I really hope so. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep, sleeping here, and if I need to retreat, I will. But definitely thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's see. 2 back-to-back. Let's see if I can catch up. Hey, Jennifer Lego, she's my groupie. She can answer pretty much any question in chat. She knows, she's here all the time. She knows what I say. She regurgitates everything I say. I'm not sure if psychic work. I think psychic. Let me see if psychic, what it is. I can't remember. Psychic. Man, that's a little picture. Hello, this is Jason Akers with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can
Hello?
hear you.
Hi. I was just wondering. I'm not able to get a crossfire in Canada. I was wondering what the next best bet would be.
Honestly, if you can't get Crossfire and you've tried different websites like Walmart.com and different places like that, and you just cannot get it shipped, because I actually have somebody on my Discord that, if you follow my Discord, it's in the description of my video too, but they actually were able to get it in Canada, but they had it shipped through Walmart. I think they just paid a lot to ship it. I think it was like $200 to ship it, but they got it. And they used it. They got rid of their bed bugs, though. That's the thing. It's still cheaper than hiring somebody. But the only other option would be maybe something like Tempered. I think you can get Tempered in Canada, or Apprehend. But Apprehend is something I would really recommend you hire somebody to apply, because it is very difficult to apply properly yourself. You could go onto their website. Just look up Apprehend with 1P. Look up Apprehend on Google and go over all of their videos and see if it's something you can handle. But that's really expensive stuff. Apprehend is very expensive.
You can't get it though, right? If you're not licensed.
I think you can. I think you can get it in Canada. I'm not sure. But see, I don't live in Canada. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I guess I could go and see if it would like a .ca and just see if they'll send it to me. But I don't know honestly how to do it.
I've been looking for a lot of websites that will sell it. And do you know about a website called Desert Cart?
Desert Cart? No, I don't.
Well, what are the chances of me getting like a rip-off insecticide if I buy it off of eBay? Because that seems like the only place I could find temperate.
People have gotten it on eBay. People have been able to get it shipped on eBay because that's coming from a person's house and they don't know the law. And they don't know customs. There's always a chance it'll get stopped at customs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Temperate is allowed in Canada, though,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Temperate is. It's a neonicotinoid that's still allowed in Canada. It's imidacloprid is the active ingredient, but you have to apply every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Yep. Every 7 to 10 days you have to reapply.
And I think I've had a small infestation. There's probably less than 30 bed bugs, but
people still use Temperate here. It's a real common chemical. I think Terminex still uses it. Orkin, I think, still uses it. There's a lot of people, locally that still use Temperate, but they treat every 2 weeks. They're religious every 2 weeks. Sometimes they have to treat 3 to 6 times to get rid of the bed bug infestation. But if you're diligent and you're willing to do that, you can do that. That is an option.
What are my chances of getting rid of them? Because I got rid of my mattress and my box spring, and I used a steamer, and I killed a lot of them.
If you're going to use a steamer, you can do a steamer and vacuum, and you can do that first, and then apply the chemical. But don't do it in the other direction. Don't apply the chemical, then use a steamer. But yeah, you could probably get rid of them on your own. It's not impossible. People do it. I mean, I've got hundreds of people on my channel that have gotten rid of the bed bugs on their own. So
How hard is it to get rid of them with a steamer? Because my room isn't very
it's
junky.
impossible. I don't think it's possible to get rid of them with just a steamer. The problem with the
Really?
steamer is that the bed bugs are hidden away. They will hide away. Now, if they're not bad and they're not really, out of control, then it is possible to get rid of them with a steamer if you can find every single place they hide. But the thing is they can go into the wall. You can't steam them in the wall. You can't steam them behind the baseboard. You'd have to take the baseboard off the wall. That there are places they can hide that logistically wouldn't be possible for you to get to. And that's the problem with the steamer. The same exact problem with a heat treatment is that the heat can't possibly penetrate every single wall void in the house, especially the ones that are insulated.
What if my wall doesn't have any cracks to get through?
Well, you gotta breathe.
Pardon?
You've got to breathe. It's impossible to live in a Tupperware. Yeah, if it's airtight, you can't breathe. There are cracks. Bed bugs are extremely thin, and they can squeeze into any little bitty crack.
Well, there's a very thick coating of paint over the walls in my room, and I was wondering, like, I've inspected it, and I haven't seen very many cracks. I mean, there is one hole for mice to go through, but I was thinking that maybe I could just duct tape it closed.
That might work.
For like a year.
Give it a shot and let me know what happens. I'd like to know. Because if you could do it, I think that would be pretty cool to know. I think that's a good success story.
What are the chances of them spreading from my room, though? Because
if you use tempered, not very likely, because tempered's a non-repellent, so the bed bugs don't know it's a chemical, just like Crossfire.
They're that smart that they'll know that there's a chemical on the floor.
Yeah, well, there are pesticides that are they are repellent pesticides that are naturally repellent to bugs. Like, I mean, there are natural pesticides that occur in the environment, in chrysanthemums and marigolds, called perethrins, that are natural, that bugs see and they know they're there. That's why they don't land on the flowers. They don't attack the flower. They don't hurt it, because it produces a natural pesticide. And there are a lot of pesticides that are derived from perethrins, like synthetic perethroids, that bugs actually see and they know they're there, and so they try to avoid them. And so depending on your mode of action, the way that I eliminate bugs, like general pest control, I always do a repellent around the outside, because you try to keep the bugs away with a repellent so they see it, they don't cross it, they stay away from it. And then on the inside, you use a non-repellent so the bed bugs don't see it, or any bugs see it, don't see it, and then they die. And so, you're forcing them to go through the chemical you want them to go through. And so you can do that in a place like what I would do, like a German cockroach infestation. I would treat the entire house, except bathrooms and kitchens, with a repellent pesticide to force the bugs out of the bedrooms, out of the living rooms, and into the kitchens and the bathrooms. So that way I can use a non-repellent there, because the bugs naturally want to be in the bathroom. So you use a non-repellent in the bathrooms and in the kitchens, so that when the bugs go there, they die. And they don't know anything's been done, so it's not out of the ordinary for them to be in the kitchen or bathroom. It's it's like a chess game. It's honestly a lot like chess when you're trying to do pest control with bugs.
With these bed bugs, though, I've probably only seen about 30 or 40, and I threw out my box mattress, my mattress and the box frame. What are the numbers you think now? Like, I've seen a couple adults come up to me on my computer and bite me, but maybe only 2 or 3, but I've killed them every time.
I don't know. It sounds like you've got a worse problem with what you thought if you didn't have them just living on the bed. It sounds like they've already started. Did your bed just sit on the floor?
I think I might have accidentally dropped them, though, because I was lifting my box frame.
Oh, yeah, that happens. People will do that. Especially when they carry it through the house, they could drop them off through the house. Or just eggs. Just eggs will fall off. And then you don't know that there's bed bugs at all until they hatch.
The eggs aren't sticky?
Yeah, they are, but they'll fall off. They fall off just like flea eggs. Flea eggs are sticky too, but they fall off. Flea eggs, bed bug eggs, yeah, they fall off into the floorboards and stuff.
I'm looking at this thing called Temperex FX insecticide, and it says it's an 8 milliliter bottle. It makes 1 gallon. Is it and it's $8.80 on eBay. Does that sound like?
I don't use tempered, so I don't know what to tell you. It looks like the 240 milliliter bottle is what I would buy if I were to buy it. And that's Tempered FX, 240 milliliter bottle. It's I have to read the label to tell you exactly how it's supposed to be dosed. But it does have 4 milliliter, 6 milliliter, 8 milliliter, and then 16 milliliter measurements on the bottle. So.
Oh, so 8 milliliters. Well, because $8 seems very cheap, right? For
Yeah, that sounds
a bedbug
cheap.
insecticide.
Well, here I'm looking on Do Your Own Pest Control right now, and they've got it priced at 12. Well, actually, that's pretty dang cheap. I see. A single dose 8 milliliter bottle is $12.98. Yeah, that's pretty cheap, but it's just one dose. It's just one. It makes 1 gallon.
Is 1 gallon good enough for like a room that's probably
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, that's enough for a room.
Let me see. My room is about like 100, about 8 feet.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough to do one room. You just treat cracks and crevices. You don't treat the whole floor or anything.
Oh, and do you ever put it in the carpet or
No,
like or at least the carpet underneath the mattress?
just underneath the mattress where it sits.
Okay. And why don't you put it in the carpet? Is there
'Cause you
like
don't.
some health?
You just don't do it. You don't need to. It's a waste of time and a waste of chemical. Bedbugs don't live there. They live next to the wall.
So how much would a liter or 1 gallon last you?
I'm not sure. I don't use temperate. There are like, so example, Crossfire lasts 1 day. You cannot Crossfire. You mix it, you use it. You don't keep it. Alpine WSG lasts like 12 to 14 days. You don't keep it. You use it. Most pesticides, once mixed, there is a shelf life. So you would have to read the label.
Isn't do you know if temperate it has the same chemical?
The temperate is imidacloprid. It's not the same chemical. It's a neonicotinoid, but it's not the same chemical. It's a different chemical.
Okay. But most insecticides have like a certain shelf life on average, you'd say?
They have a shelf life once mixed. Now, as long as you keep them in a dark, cool place, they'll last for a long time until you mix them. But once you mix them, just like if you were to open a jar of jelly or jam or whatever, it's going to go bad once it's opened. But as long as you keep it sealed, it stays good for a long time. Several years.
So the second recommendation, if you can't get Crossfire, you said was temperate, or?
Right. For Canadians.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to get off. I've actually got to run to use the bathroom. So I am sorry. I'm going to have to hang up. You have a great night. I appreciate you calling.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody here knows that I have to use the bathroom every so often. So I've got to run and use the bathroom. I will be right back. Let me see if I can find my bathroom one. There it is. You know that feeling when you got to use the bathroom and you can't get off the phone? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, everybody. Hey, Kenju, thank you for the $5. Oh my goodness. I'm better now. Thank you, Grape Lady. Sometimes I think a lot of these guys that do these streams and they're on these long streams and they're like, I got to go do a hydration break. And they'll go and they'll talk about how they get something to drink. I guarantee you they're using the bathroom. Ain't somebody can sit there for 4 to 5 hours sitting and playing a video game without going to use the bathroom. But see, I got a sore throat. And this is ice. Hear that? That's ice. Hello, this is Jason Akers with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Yes, this is Lisa. I'm watching you live right now.
Okay, how are you?
Hi, very good, thank you. I emailed you, I think, yesterday. I'm in Titusville, Florida. Let me turn the TV down. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so anyway. Oh, that's me!
That's you.
I'm on the... Okay. I emailed you, I think, yesterday. I'm in Titusville, Florida. Okay, so this is what it is. So, for 8 months now, I've been dealing with these bed bugs. We currently moved in March, the end of March, and to Titusville. Our other apartment in Gentle Beach, Florida, we had a very nice place, and someone must have brought a bug into my apartment. For 8 months now, I've been dealing with bugs.
You're going to need to turn that sound off because I can't understand what you're
Should I stay
saying.
on the phone here, or should I do... I'm sorry. Anyway, so let me tell you what happened. So, okay. Oh, is it like coming back at you?
Yes, it is. It's going to reverb really bad unless you turn the sound off.
What should I do then? What should I do?
Mute your TV.
I'm sorry?
Mute your TV.
Okay. Let me lower this. Let me lower the TV down. Probably that would help. Okay. All right. Okay. This is what's happening. So I hired an exterminator that does freezing treatments.
Yes, I know who you hired.
Yeah, I did that last November. I did that for 5 weeks, and they had found 2 adults in the couch.
I'm reading your story right
And
now.
I had seen 2 adults on my pillow in the bedroom.
Yes.
So they came for 5 weeks. They did the pesticide and the freezing treatment, and then they said they're gone. There's no bugs here. And I'm like, look, they're still biting me at night. You know, they're the nymphs. You know, and after I guess it was the middle of December, 5 weeks later, and I'm staying in hotels for several months and Airbnbs because I can't deal with it. And then we finally moved into this place in Titusville the end of March. And they just came with us. And I have all new furniture here. I've been treating with Crossfire 3 times already. This is my question to you.
Okay.
What do you think about me using a steam treatment in the cracks of the furniture, my new bedroom set and my new wooden kitchen set? And then treating with the Crossfire after that.
That would be fine if you wanted to do that. That's actually preferable. If you want to do that, you should do that.
Okay. Oh, so it's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a good idea.
Yeah.
Have you treated
what
your
do you mean
car?
that stuff? I'm sorry?
Have you treated your car?
Okay. Oh, by the way, you're going to see that in my email when you get to it.
I'm looking at the amount of money you've already spent.
Oh, you have. Oh, great.
I have
Okay,
your email.
so-
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You have a 2022
yeah, so
Honda.
we traded a car. I traded the car, and I told you so. Yes, I have treated the car, but I've also done. We've done the car, and then we're like taking the car and putting the heat on in the car.
Yeah, see,
We're putting the heat on, and we're in Florida, but we're heating it up. It went up to 162 degrees the last time I did it.
that should have
And they're
killed
still
everything
in
in
there.
You still have bed bugs in your car after 162 degrees. Does it have a trunk?
No, there's no trunk. It's an SUV. It's an HRV Honda, a new Honda HRV.
That's what I thought. That's what you said in your email. I thought that was an SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to do the crossfire after you heat the car, not before.
Right. But this is the other. So then again, the question is, when I get this steamer that goes up to 200 degrees, how about I steam the car and then use the crossfire?
That would be fine if you wanted to do that. But don't get crossfire hot. I don't think crossfire can withstand high temperatures.
Well, that's the problem here. You see?
Oh, I know.
Because
I've been to Florida. Florida's hot as hell.
Yeah.
I'm supposed
So
to be in Orlando next month.
Excuse me?
I'm going to be in Orlando next month.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Not looking forward
Oh,
to
I'm
it.
only
Too hot.
I'm only 30 minutes away.
It's too hot
Oh, my
down there
God.
for me.
Oh, my God. You know what? Hey, I don't know if you have the time, but let me know. You know what? And I don't, you know what? I'll pay you when you just come in and just give me a consultation. Hopefully, the bugs will be, magically gone.
You should have them gone by then, though, honestly. How often are you said you've done the crossfire 3 times, but how far apart are your treatments?
Well, we've done it once a month. We've also done it like once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And this apartment doesn't have a lot in it. Most of our stuff is in storage down
And
south.
you found bed bugs?
No, but they're biting me. I mean, and by the way, I take blood thinners twice a day. They, when we left that apartment, they're like, "No, I'm going with you," Yeah. And I started seeing a therapist a couple weeks ago, and I even checked myself into a hospital a few months ago because it just, and I lost 40 pounds.
I think
since
you
January.
might have something other than bed bugs. Because the bed bugs...
My roommate's getting bit too. He went into the clean. I keep all my clothes in the bedroom. I have the 2 containers with zippers. The laundry, they're zippered. And I have 2 of those, and then I have 2 in the closet with clean clothes. And he went to get something out last week, and it bit him. And they're starting to bite him. No. So, and by the way, let me tell you what's in the car.
Okay.
These things are like glistening. They're like, I mean, like we've been smoking. We started smoking in January. There's a difference between the cigarette ash and this. It's just like glistens a little bit. Like, I can't describe it. I don't understand. I mean, they sometimes even look like it's like a white thing with like a little black spot in the middle of it. But anyway,
How small?
Hey, I'm driving down the road,
How small are these
down
little
south.
white dots?
How what?
How small are they? Like a pinprick?
They're
What?
small, like a pin. They're
It
small.
sounds like you have
They're
bird
small, but
mites.
I know they're dead because they like glisten. You can see them on the black.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you have
On the-
mites. I
on the
don't think
black
you have
sheet.
bed bugs. Bed bugs are bigger than that. It sounds like you have bird mites. Because bird mites are white. They will bite you. They will make you itch to no end. They are absolutely obnoxious. I hate them. I've infested my truck with them before. I have a customer right now in Lynchburg that has them because they're roosting in his gutters and they're getting into his house. Because the birds will bring them. You will bring them from other places you have lived. If they like to get into your car, especially if you park your car in a garage or in an area where birds are prevalent. I had a guy call me. He was a truck driver. The place where he parked his actual truck was infested with them, and they would get into his truck, and he would drive all over the country with bird mites eating him alive.
Can't get them out of the steering wheel. We put in the cracks in the steering wheel.
Yes.
They're there all the time.
Crossfire.
I'm wiping my...
Well, Crossfire will not kill bird mites because it is not a miticide. It will not kill bird mites because it is a neonicotinoid. It is not designed to kill bird mites. And so if it is bird mites, they will continue to chew on you and eat you and bother you. You have to get a miticide to kill bird mites. You have to get something like Suspend SC or something like that to kill bird mites. You can't kill them with just standard Crossfire. Will not work.
So you're saying that I can have bird mites in my new car and here, even
Yes.
though I had bed bugs in the other apartment, which
Yes.
were not, they were still there. I mean, I have pictures I can show you. Of the bed bugs in the other apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I'll respond to this email. You're absolutely welcome to send me any pictures that you've got, and I can communicate back and forth with you and try to solve your problem. But it sounds like you've got bird mites because the way you describe them, that's exactly what bird mites look like. They look like little teeny white specks. And if you smear them, they'll even sometimes make a white smear or a little blood smear, and that's how they are. But they're really super teeny tiny, like the size of the tip of a pen. Like really small. Like sometimes you can't even see them. If they crawl on your skin, you can hardly even see them at all.
No, I can see these because I'll get in my car. Like today, I had to go out and my God, son of a bitches, and I just pick them up and I pull them out. I pull them out. They try to grab into that material, and then I pull them out and pull them out. I don't know. But
I'd like to see pictures. I really would. If I reply to your email, you should send me some.
Okay. All right. I'll try and take pictures in the car there. Okay. So what was the stuff that you said that I should be using then for those?
I have a video. It's been so long since I made that video. I have a video on bird mites on my channel. Let me look it up real quick because I don't want to give you the
How
wrong.
can somebody like me get bird mites and bed bugs?
Bird mites are really common. A lot of people get bird mites.
Really?
Yeah, they're really common. They usually don't bother people for very long, though, because they need a bird to survive. But they can, if they're poultry mites, they can survive up to 9 months. Yeah, Suspend SC. So it's Suspend, SUSPEND. S as in Sam, C as in Charlie.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. Give me a second. Okay. Well, I really appreciate you calling me.
You called me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 61 years old. I just turned 61. My roommate's 67. He's blind. And in January, I found out that our little dog here, he's 7.5 pounds now. He lost 4 pounds. He's a diabetic. Found out yesterday. I went down to Stewart to take him to the animal clinic because he was sick for days, and it said he's blind. I said I noticed about a week ago he's running into things, but he's only 9.
Oh.
But anyway, so it's just between that and all of this, it's been quite stressful.
Well, bird bites will drive you crazy, and they can last for months. I had them for about 3 weeks. It took me to kill them out of my own truck, and that's a really confined space. It still took 3 weeks to kill them all.
I know it.
They could usually they take several months. They could take several months to eliminate from a home, especially a home that has problems where the birds might be getting into a downspout or a gutter. They're really bad, or if you have birds living nearby. Well, down there where you live, they've got those little owls that will live in holes in the ground. What do they call those? Burrowing owls, those protected owls? And the mites will live with them.
There was an owl by the pool right out here the other day.
Yeah, and they'll live there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if they can get a bird and they can feed on a bird, then they will. And that's what they need to survive. Now, they can live in your house for up to 9 months without a bird. So if you have, like you're in Florida, so you don't have really a lot of the migration going on. But here in Virginia, where birds will migrate south, they'll come back. And when they come back, the bird mites can get another meal and never die out. And so they can survive here for up to 9 months without a bird. And when the birds come back, they get them. Pigeon mites are really bad because they're in cities, and so they're really bad. And then chicken mites for in the country where people get chickens, they call them poultry mites. And usually you need to go to like a farm store to get something that's really effective. But Suspend SC does have mites on the label.
Right. Yeah, I had this guy from Terminex come out last week. He must have been, he was Jamaican that they sent out. And he says, yeah, we, steam the furniture, and then they use that temp.
Oh, yeah, I knew who you had. When you said freeze treatment, I knew who you had. You didn't have to tell me. I knew. They're the only ones that do that.
Yeah. I was looking for dogs. Because last time I did this with that freezing, I was hoping, because I heard it really works good with the dogs, and they're like, and then I called somebody down here, and they're like, oh, their dog died a few years ago. There's nobody else out that has a dog, so
yeah, the bedbug dogs are good, especially for sanity, because the dog's going to find it.
Right.
But I am going to have to get off of here and allow somebody else to call, but you have a really great night.
Okay, no, that's fine. Absolutely. Sure. Okay, yeah, please,
yeah, but I emailed you. I responded to your email already. I've already done it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I want to know when you get back to, when you come down here, if it's possible for, and I'll send you those pictures. And what did you say that was again? It became with an F?
Suspend. Suspend. S as in Sam, C as in Charlie. Suspend SC.
Suspend SC. Okay. Yep. Thank you so much.
You have a good day. Bye.
Okay. All right.
Oh, my goodness. I thought I'd be able to mute the phone. So let's see. We're at an hour and a half. So I am going to actually turn off the phone. That's the last call for the night. I will go over some real questions right here in chat real quick before I have to log out, because I was told by the missus that I really shouldn't be on for more than an hour because it hurts me to talk because I have the flu and my throat is sore. I've just about gotten over it. I'm like on the tail end of it, but oh my goodness. Let's see. 33 watching and only 2 thumbs up? Are you serious? Are you serious? Let me see. Let's all look together. Oh, that's not the one. Let's see. So there's my live stream right there. Let's click there. And it's 31 people watching and 17 thumbs up. Y'all could give 18. There we go. That's better. See, that's getting where it needs to be. That's better. And then you see this little button right here? You need to subscribe. See, now I'm using the incognito mode so that I can, but there, you subscribe. But these are all my links down here, like I was telling you earlier. But if you're wanting to get on the Discord, I was talking about Discord. I'll actually post this link in chat. Because I don't know if very many people use Discord, but I do. But that's my Discord link right there. If you click that, you can come and follow me over in Discord, and you can talk to me. I got chats over there. So that's right. I should say, smash that like button. Do something for the YouTube algorithm. Come on, let's get going. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be all energetic, like you're trying to sell a car. But smash that dislike button if you disagree with everything I have to say and you work for a competitor. That's usually the way it works. Do it like that. Let's be honest. Or if you just have a bone to pick with me and you don't like what I have to say. That makes it sound like I want to be a wrestler or something. Let's see. Bedbugs do not hop. Mites do not hop. Springtails will hop. Fleas will hop. Crickets will hop. Is 10 grams of alpine good enough for bedbug prevention? I don't think so. Let's look together. I keep clicking that button. There we go. So if we go here with alpine, let's actually look up a label for alpine. Alpine WSG. This is what I recommend for everybody to do before they even buy a pesticide to see if they even can handle it. Because the label is going to have the label is going to have all your directions and tell you how let's see, SDS, there we go, label S, that's the SDS Alpine label, there we go. All right, Alpine WSG, here's our label. Let's see how it is for bed bugs. So if we're doing bed bugs, there's bed bugs. It's 30 grams per gallon. Make spot or crack and crevice. Now this is for elimination too. So you got to think that's actually to eliminate the problem. But I would probably go with the 30 grams and just do 30 grams preventative for bed bugs. That's what I would do if it were me. If I were to do a job, someone called me out and said I wanted to do prevention for bed bugs specifically, and I was going to use Alpine WSG, this is the application directions that I would follow. Because it's for bed bugs. That's what it's for. That's what they're ordering. That's what they want me to do. And so I want to be sure that the bed bugs are going to die, so you mix it 30 grams to a gallon. That's what I would do. I'm out of water. Not just drinking the ice as it melts. Now, Jennifer Lego said she wasn't going to spend no time in here. She was supposed to spend all this time here. Don't feel bad, Jason. The Cubs are being shot out right now. Top 6th inning. I'm a nerd, so I never did get into sports. I'll tell you what, though. The most fun I ever had in school when I was in public school, because I was actually, I was homeschooled from the time I turned 12. I was actually homeschooled. But when I was in public school, in middle school, the most fun I ever had was playing, like, touch football, which really just means you touch extra hard to knock them over. And that was probably fun. And baseball, I love baseball and soccer and stuff. I like to play sports. I like to play them. I never was big on watching them. Never could get into watching sports. Now, if I knew someone that was playing, I could watch them play, because I thought, yeah, I could watch them and see if they're going to win or not. That was always fun. But I always preferred to play sports. I like to play sports. Even today, I mean, I'm out of shape, not like I used to be. But anyway, we need Jason's list of quality pest control in every city. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean there, Jamie. All I watch is UFC. I can't handle fights. I got kids. If I want to watch UFC, I just tell one kid they're going to get a toy and the other kid's not going to get one, and then I get to watch them fight. Right, Alicia?
What did you say, babe?
Ultimate Fighting Championship, isn't that what you do? You just watch it at home, you give one kid a toy and don't give one to the other?
Oh my god.
I like game streamers, but I'm picky on what I watch. I did track and then softball. I like shot put. That was fun. We did a mock Olympics, and I did the shot put. That was really fun. So anyway. Well, I'm going to probably hit the hay and get some sleep, so I can kick this stupid flu out of my body. So I really appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out. Thanks again, Kenju. Gave me $5 tonight. That'll buy me some lozenges, maybe help my throat feel better. Y'all have a real great night. I appreciate it. Y'all don't have to donate anything. I'm just making a joke. But I'm going to get some sleep, try to feel better. I slept on the couch last night because I got one of those ones that kind of reclines like this, so I can recline back. I had to sleep on the couch because I couldn't breathe all night long. That was pretty miserable. And you take a shower and your fever spikes super high, so you can't take a shower to feel better. But anyway, I will see you next week. So y'all have a real great night. I appreciate it. And hopefully, what is it? What is the phrase? Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. That's the one. I'll see you next week. Y'all have a great one. And don't forget, sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Thank you. Bye.